Hey guys, it's Brittany at Ink and Papyrus, and today we're going to be making the perfect signatures for our Snow Globe journal. I can't wait to get these pages in so that we can start decorating. Okay, a few things to keep in mind when creating the perfect signatures for your journal. If you're going to heavily decorate that, take that into account. You'll definitely want to put less pages in. Okay, if you're looking to heavily decorate your journal, I would recommend maybe 8 to 10 pages per signature. Your journal is going to bulk up really quickly. If you're only lightly decorating, maybe 12 pages per signature. If it's going to be a pure writing book, you may be able to get away with between 14 and 20 pages. Something else to keep in mind, more pages per signatures and fewer signatures is going to lead to a less tightly bound book. This is a scrapbook I created for my dog, and we have 2 signatures, lots of pages. Fewer pages per signature and more signatures is going to lead to a more tightly bound book, like this old Christmas journal I created. Another tip I wish I would have known a long time ago, creasing all your pages with a bone folder before putting them into the journal is going to make them much more tightly packed and lead to you being able to have a lot more space to decorate. I didn't think it would make a big difference. It makes a huge difference. Okay, next up, when choosing pages for my signatures, I like to put in the same number of pages per signature. Okay, it leads to the signatures being more evenly distributed, the pages being more evenly distributed throughout the book. Make sure that in terms of sewing and other decorating, that is done before you put your pages in the signatures or before you bind them into the book. You do not want to try to sew these pages while they are already bound into the cover. So now I'm just going to walk you through the pages that I've chosen for our signatures. I am trying to keep in theme with like the magic of Christmas, and in addition to having the same number of pages per signature, I like to try to keep a similar themed page in each signature. So let me show you what I mean. My first is a painted or jelly printed page. Okay, my second paper is another jelly printed page, i.e. reindeer ornaments. Though I actually did this with, maybe I did do jelly printed. I thought maybe I did it with the stencil. Another ornament page. This is just a stenciled page. Stenciled page or stamp page, colored pencils. I left this one blank. This is a calendar page with birds. Calendar page featuring birds. I left this one blank. This is a painted failed jelly print transfer with a stamped angel and some modeling paste, stenciled stars colored in with colored pencil. Left this one blank. Okay, this is Christmas Around the World. It's a book that I found just talking about Christmas traditions around the world. Put one of these in each of my signatures. Here we have Belgium, Switzerland, stamped paper, etc., etc. I have some cross-stitching patterns in here that are Christmas themed. Some more jelly prints. Some books out of, I think, some pages out of Better Home and Gardens. Christmas books with recipes and such, and then a cardstock. Okay, and I'm also going to be showing you what to do with pages that you really want to include in your journals but do not fit. They're too big. Some things you can do aside from cutting the pages down. Okay, pages of different sizes give signatures an interesting look, but you do want to make sure they actually fit in the book before binding them. If you have a little hangover up top, that's fine. Obviously, you want to make sure everything is cut down so that this can sit like a book would. Also, you can have things stick out unless you're planning on making a closure. If you are planning on creating a closure, the pages are going to be bent when you're trying to wrap ribbon or whatever you're using for your closure around them. Okay, there's several ways that the larger papers, like I was showing you with this cardstock, how to make these fit aside from trimming them down. I will show you those later. Okay, so let's get to working on our signatures, getting them together. We will be utilizing a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. This is the spine I've chosen. It's just a piece of chipboard spray painted with shimmer paint. Okay. I love this. Look at these snowflakes. How cool, right? So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your Christmas projects are coming along well. I hope you see some pages in here you like that inspire you to do something cool. Okay, so let's take a look at what to do with these unruly pages that we may really like. This is just cardstock, but sometimes we have things like ledger, things we want to put in our journals, but may have sentimental value. We don't want to cut it up. What do you do? Well, let me show you. Here are a couple options that I've put together. Okay, this is one of my favorites. Oversized page. Fold it in half. Okay. Fold the bottom up. Okay, you want to cut a little area around here and a little area around here. Cut out the square in between, and you have 2 pockets. I'm going to sew around this pocket. Sew around. I think the sewing really gives it something special. Option 1. Option 2, make an envelope. What you will want to do, take your oversized piece of paper, fold it into thirds. 1, fold it over, 2, okay. Now we have thirds, okay? What you're going to want to do is, when you're binding, you want to bind, leave this out in the open. You're only going to bind in the first third. So take the first third, you are going to bind this in like you would with the rest of your pages, okay? And once it's bound in, you still have this overhang. You are going to fold. You're going to bring this corner to here, and you're going to fold this corner to the middle, bring it to the middle. Okay, now you are going to fold it over. Okay, now you have an envelope. Your paper will sit in your journal like this. You'll be able to pull it out so you can see everything. If you wanted, you can sew around here, but I like, if the point is to keep something so that it can be fully opened and read and such, you can leave it as is. Okay, you can use this as a tuck to tuck things inside or right inside. Fold that over, and this will be bound in your journal like this. Well, you may want to fold it so that the point is not interfering with turning the pages, but you're going to bind it in like this and be able to pull it open like this. Okay. The next option is a tuck closure. Okay. You are going to, again, want to fold your paper into thirds. Now this is perfect if it's too wide. If it's too long, this isn't necessarily the best option. You probably still have to cut some of this off, or you'll have a lot of overhang sticking up at the top. You're going to fold this into thirds. You are going to take a circle punch out 2 pieces of cardstock, put a brad through each side, take some embroidery thread, and you are just going to wrap around the closure here. Okay, so that whenever somebody sees the journal, they can undo the closure, open it right up, and just like the envelope, you're only going to bind in here. You're going to bind it in just like this. Okay, this will be left alone. Perfect. All right. Okay guys, let's start making the holes for the bindings. Remember, most importantly, you want to make sure you know what side is up, what side is down, which one is top, bottom. I find the easiest way to do this is to leave a little more space at the bottom, then you know it's the bottom. We have 3 signatures. Let's do a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch. One inch. And 1 3/4. All right. So now we're gonna do same thing here. We're gonna make a mark at 1/2. 1 3/4. All right, remember I said go ahead and leave more room at the bottom. Well, that's typically what I do. Alternatively, of course, you could put a T for top, B for bottom, but I just find it's easier to always leave more room at the bottom, and then I know for sure what's what. Again, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1 3/4. More room at the bottom than the top, so I know this is my bottom. All right. Make sure all your pages are folded down to make plenty of room in that book. Make sure they're exactly how you would like them. Paper clip to secure. My first page, I don't like I don't like other pages sticking out way past the initial page, so I'm just going to pull this down a little bit. Okay. Let's make our marks. Top. Sorry, I'm gonna get my face in the way here. Top. Square hole. Bottom. Let's get our big bite out. If you're like me, you always struggle to find where you made your marks. Why do I do this to myself? Why not just, it's not like it's gonna even be seen. It's literally up against the spine. All right, let's make our lives easier first here. So there's not gonna be any squinting anymore when lining your pages up. We'll make our holes now. All right. Remember, less space, more space. Top, bottom. we are going to use this cording to sew in our pages. This is how we measure. 1, 2, 3. It just so happens to be long enough. Let me get my needle. Right hand on the ready. Remember, less space up here, more space, top, bottom. All right. Make your knot, or sometimes I just leave it as is because I like to live dangerously. I'm just gonna make a single tie here. Should be fine. It's thicker. Okay. 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So easy. Even I can do it. Ready? In the middle. Oh, other thing. Make sure if you want this to be your first signature, you're putting it in here. If you want it to be your last signature, put it in here. I always like to just go front to back sequentially. That way I am not lost and I'm keeping track of what's what. Ready? 3-hole pamphlet stitch, in through the middle, in through the middle. Leave yourself a nice tail. If you want to add a charm in the middle, which I usually do of each signature, leave a longer tail so you have something to tie off. Okay, up through the top. See that? Up through the top. Out the bottom. Then back in through the middle. And just like that, you are done. I'm gonna undo this. Now, you want to tie your knot. Ready? Right over left, left over right. Oops. Perfect. So we have our first signature in already. Let's do the same with the next two. Ta-da! We have bound together our 3 signatures that we are going to put into our Snowglobe journal. There are a couple of different ways to do this. I personally, when I bind the signatures directly into a hidden spine, I like to take really heavy duty glue and just glue this straight to the spine. So that is what I will be doing. Get yourself some heavy duty glue, something that will bind chipboard to fabric. Okay, if it doesn't bind well to fabric, it's not worth using. And I'm going to show you the best way to make it stick. Take the glue, be very generous here, you don't want to be stingy. Okay, lay this down. You want to hold it, okay? Now, take those big paper clips you just had that you used to bind your signatures together and lay it down here along the spine. Now, this will really adhere the spine to the fabric back. Alternatively, you could stand here for 20 minutes, but who wants to do that, right? Okay, so I am so excited. This is coming together really, really nicely. We have a lot more to do in this journal, but we got our pages decorated, we got our signatures in, and zippity-doo-dah, we are well on our way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like content like this, please like and subscribe. My videos come out Mondays and Fridays, and I can't wait to see you the next time.